Alrighty, old gatekeeper here. Out here around the northeast end of Georgia. Oh boy. About a day or two after New Year's, we have a newer version of a 1600 DX 1600 Sweet 16 DEI version, of course. I got something I want to show y'all, and maybe some people can leave this in the comment section if they have seen these. Have y'all seen Texas Star using these? Because when I took these DEIs, and it was all factory, this was straight from the factory, you know, or I guess you can say from their headquarters. Have you seen Texas Star using these individual heat sinks? When I was pulling up the transistors, I kind of was alarmed when I saw this. Here's the thing that bothers me. Hold on a second, let me use both my hands. Alright. Let me see if I can get this zoomed in just a little bit here. You see how there's a space in between the individual heat sink and the transistor? Alright, well, I assure you, if I take my fingers and press on that, that space does not get any smaller. I'm trying to hold the phone with my chin here. One of these days I'm going to invest in some better video equipment. I'm squeezing it real hard now, okay? And there's still a space. Let me show it. All right, I'm squeezing very hard. There's still a space in between there. You can see through it. You see that? I'm squeezing super hard now. That bothers me. That really bothers me. I don't know if that was an attempt. I don't know if it's one or two things. I don't know if that was an attempt to get the transistors lifted off just a little bit, because I did notice that it does appear the board may be a little higher than the old ones. I'm not saying that 100% though. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's the fact or if they're trying to fix a heat distribution problem they feel that they're having with the DEIs, but I can't sit here and say that this is the culprit for this amplifier failing. I can't say that. I can say though that there were over 3 of the DEIs out of this batch right here that were blown. I can say that, and that isn't normal. You usually only have one that was blown here. Let me count again. Let's see here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 blown, and there's 2 that are showing as diode networks, which means the transistors are not as they should be. Let's put it that way. You won't never see a Toshiba showing as that. All right. This is going to a buddy of mine. It mainly is a cell. You can call it a repair, but it's mainly just a cell that he's wanting a match set of HGs put in. So that's what we're about to do now. First Texas Star I'm going to be doing this to. I thought it'd be a smaller one. Well, I take that back. This is the second. No, this is the third. One of them did not make it on video. I can't remember why. But anyway, I just wanted to start off with that. I'm missing one 330 for some reason. It must have got lost during the transfer of all this. I had took these out before Christmas. So I'll walk over there to my Texas Star part bin and grab me another one. Well, actually, I'll need to match that up. But all right, we'll be back. All right, Mr. Carl. Here's your baby. All done. And if you take a look, man, I even got in here and even cleaned her up a little bit for you, big brother. Look at that. Oh yeah. This is a brand new, as I already said, a Sweet 16. Just now had a set of 8 HG 2879s, 08s. Here's what was pulled out of it here. I still would not I still would like, if anybody has had any has seen these, shoot me a comment. That's pretty unique. Alright, we're gonna start slow with this thing, okay? I will admit, I've been so busy, so backed up, I have not had time to build me a regulated power supply for certain amplifiers like this. So I'm running this off an unregulated 200 amp supply, okay? So I'm just going to do some quick keys with it, okay? I'm not going to stay on the key long. And we're going to start off slow. We're going to start off slow with a 1-pill driver, okay? Another thing I went ahead and done for you, Carl. Got some blue LEDs on there for you, big brother. Both LEDs was not working because for some reason somebody had pushed against them and had broke them, which was kind of unique. It might have been done during shipping, I don't know, but this was not shipped to me. This was handed to me from hand to hand. But yeah, we're gonna start off slow. Okay, we're gonna hit the 1-pill driver. This is the old epoxy 1-pill, the very first box I ever constructed. One of these days I'm gonna put me a good top on it without a hole on there. I think I'd use the top on this for some other box, and then this is one, the hole wasn't cut straight, so I'd put it back on here, and then, you know how things get switched around and all that. But I just use it as a driver whenever I need one. Alright, I'll go ahead and let you see what this driver is doing. 1000 watt slug RMS, you ain't really gonna see much movement. Oh yeah, you're looking at like 20-30 bird, nothing major. And she's gonna be hitting PEP wise right at 100 watts. Oh, dead nuts on 100 watts. Oh yeah, dead nuts on 100 watts. That's the bottom scale. The 100 is 1000, okay? In between the 200 and 0 is 100. Alright, we are driving a 4-watt radio. That's 4 watts RMS, the bench radio as I call it, into this. So the 4-watt radio is going into the driver, which is going to be driving this with about 20-30 bird. RMS wattage, 100 peak. Okay, and this is what it produces. RMS. Oh, I'm on peak. Now you see it's doing 1000 watts. Alright, we're on RMS now. Oh yeah. Right there about 500 watts RMS. And you saw the peak off the scale. Alright, so we're at 500 watts RMS, over 1000 watts peak, with 20 to 30 watts RMS drive, 100 watt peak driving into it. Alright, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to now switch radios, and we're going to hit the driver just a little bit harder to produce a little bit more RMS. 1 second. Alright, now we are doubling our drive into the driver from 4 watts to 8 watts RMS, okay? And here's the difference. It looks like it's going to give us about 20 more bird, roundabout. Oh, that's right there about 50 RMS. The peak is not going to be much more. We just got an RMS increase on this. You're looking at about maybe 110 watts. So we've just got an RMS increase. So let's see how much of a difference that's going to make with increasing about 20 to 25 watts RMS. Alright, take that off peak. A quick burp, as I like to call it. Damn! Son! That is crazy, man. Sometimes these things just still astonish me with just that much of an increase. I mean, that box just came to life. Good God almighty. Ranking in at 800 bird with just a one-pill driver. Son, I was going to hook up that 1446 two-pill. I don't think I'm going to do it now. Son. One more time. About 850. 825, 850. Goodness. Oh yeah, what voltage is that on? Let me look over there real quick. That's on 15.4 volts. Now that is miraculous. That is miraculous. I was going to go over here and grab the old 1446 two-pill here. Oh, I'm sure you want to see PEP wattage. Sometimes I almost forget, you know, I'm a bird man. Let's get this 1,000-watt slug out of here. I think the Genius has the 2,500-watt slugs. We might have to dig in here and grab the 5,000. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're going to roll with the 5,000. I'll let the old Genius borrow the 2,500. I don't normally let people borrow my slugs, but that was a special situation. Alright. We got the 5,000 watt slug in. We're going to take a look at the peak watch real quick. We ain't got a lot of drive going into this booger. But, you know, AB bias amplifiers do not need as much drive as a Class C because they have voltage on the base of the transistors, which means the gain is turned up on them. Old school shootout boys used to do that little trick to put their boxes on the mall, but we won't get into all that. Alright. Here's your peak watts. We're looking at the middle scale. That's right there, about 1,600 watts. I mean, I really don't see any reason. I'll show that one more time, by the way. 5,000 watt scale. So we got the 5,000 watt slug in. We're looking at the middle scale, okay? 1,000. The 10, excuse me. The 10 on the middle scale is 1,000. In between that's 1,500. Right there at 1,600. Alright. I was going to hook this booger up. But I mean, I know what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to push it over 1,000 bird. Still to this day, man, some of these Texas stars still amaze me. I mean, we all get hung up on these big transformers, these big 5/8 core transformers, these big 1.5" transformers like I love. And some people just don't get it. How's a box doing this well when the transformers is short? So that's where a lot of people get confused about. Now there's a greater chance that this box with an excess drive, that these transformers could get oversaturated. See, many things have saturation points. We won't get into that, but ferrite definitely has a saturation point. So, you know, we like to use the bigger transformers for higher saturation points and a couple of other different reasons. It's all got to do with inductance, and but saturation point has a lot to do with it. It really does. But this box is not designed for high drive, you know. But I think I am going to change my. I could probably hear some people just hook it up, you know. Well, you know, I don't like to be keying on brand new boxes like so crazy and everything. If this was my box, I'd probably hook up the 1446 2-pill on it. But I mean, this box really ain't designed to be driven like that. I mean, we know it's going to give us 1,000 bird. I mean, it's common sense. It's probably going to get up to around 2,000 peak. But being new transistors and all, I don't even know if I want to hit my buddy Carl's box like that. What you think, Carl? We're just hitting it with a 1-pill. 1-pill, big brother. 12879. And you already getting 100 watts per transistor RMS. That's good enough, man. I say go ahead and shut it down. I'm tempted though, but I ain't gonna abuse this Texas Star like that. I don't need no. I know, Carl. You said you're gonna hit it with 22290s. Hey, you're on your own with that, man. I ain't gonna say don't do it. You know, if this was my box, I'd probably hit it just like that. But see, as you saw, it was only doing about 500 bird, hitting it with the bench radio. But as soon as I increased that RMS, just 25 more watts, I mean, it jugger jumped up to 800. I mean, that's amazing. But that's the difference also in RMS. You get RMS in. To get RMS out, you got to put RMS in. You want average watts, you got to put average watts in. I guarantee you, if I would have showed you the peak watts with the bench radio, it would have probably been close to 1,500 already. It would probably been close to about 1,200, 1,300 already. See, switching the radio didn't give me a crazy amount of more peak watts. Now, if I would have hooked up a radio that had some kind of differential, like 10 watts RMS, 100 watts peak, you know, a big splatter radio or something like that, then yeah, you would see a major peak increase, PEP increase. This is a subject that's argued about and misunderstood the most in our line of what we do, you know, in this hobby. But once you understand it, hey, there's always deeper understandings of anything. Even me, when I think I know something, I do not know it completely. And I've got to keep that mind state so I can continue to learn more. All right, big brother. Well, there you go, man. I normally keep going with it, man, but I mean, there's no need, man. I mean, we know what it is. If I hook that 2-pill up, you know what's going to happen. You're going to see over 1,000 watts RMS. I mean, we're going to be, let's put it this way. That 2-pill right there, hitting it with a hot radio is going to be giving 100 watts RMS in this thing. Just putting 50 watts RMS, we're already getting 800 bird. If we put 100 watts into it, we're going to be oversaturating the amp, to be honest with you, just overdriving it, to be completely honest. This is a different type of amp than a Class C 8-pill. If this was a Class C old GK800, I thought that's the box I use to drive with it. So, I'm just going to let it be as it is, man, because the numbers are there. And, you know, if you hit it a little bit harder, of course, you're going to get more out of it. But, hey, let's let it last. Old Gatekeeper out here around the northeast end. Let me go ahead and show you your top here. This is what I was talking about with the top. The only imperfection of this amp is you got a little bend right here on the top. But you could buy you a whole new top, man, and this amp would be flawless. Because, I mean, there's no imperfections in the amp itself. I mean, it's brand new. Somebody bought it brand new and drove the piss out of it. You know how it goes. Alright, this old Gatekeeper out here around northeast end of Georgia. You got anything like this you want done, give me a shout. 3manpro@gmail.com. That's THREEMANP as in purple. RO@gmail.com. If you need any HG 2879s, Hotel Golf 2879s, I try to handle all that type of business over at info@gatekeeperamps Dot Com. That's INFO at gatekeeperamps with an S.com. gatekeeperamps.com. These are doing pretty good, man. We just got to see how they're going to do with longevity, and that only time can tell with that, with people using them and giving me back reviews. But as you can see, the watts are there. And like I heard a man once say, and I don't think I've ever said this in any of my videos, the watts don't lie. Old Gatekeeper said it. We gone. Bye-bye.